Okay, let's talk about the start of the Liga MX Clausura 2026 season. Because the match between Tijuana and América, it kicked off with an absolute firecracker. I mean, the first 20 minutes were just pure, unfiltered chaos. So, let's break it all down. Yeah, this was not just another game. You had two big rivals, a brand new season. It was like the first day of school for two teams who were absolutely desperate to make a statement. And right from that opening whistle, you could just feel the electricity in the air. So, to really get why this game started with so much intensity, you kind of have to look back. You gotta understand where both of these clubs were coming from. Because the way the last tournament ended, well, it left both of them with a massive chip on their shoulder. And check this out, what's so fascinating is how their stories were almost identical, just in their disappointment. So you got Tijuana, right? They finished 7th, they have to battle through that play-in, and then they get knocked out in the quarterfinals. Then you look at América. They had a great season, finished 4th, got a direct pass to the quarters, and they were eliminated at the exact same stage. A gut-wrenching goal in extra time did them in, so you can see why both teams were just desperate for a fresh start. But, the tension wasn't just about what happened last season. Not at all. Even before a single ball was kicked, there were these huge human stories unfolding on the sidelines. We're talking about stuff that added a whole other layer of pressure and a ton of emotion to this match. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the visitors, América. They were without their main man, head coach André Jardine. He was serving a suspension, so his assistant, Paulo Victor, had to step in and take charge for this huge opening game. Now, for the home side, Tijuana, it was just a really emotional night. This was it, the final match for the veteran Joe Benny Corona before he retired. So think about that dynamic. One team is playing for their suspended coach, and the other is playing for a legend's farewell. The pressure? Absolutely immense. All right, so with all of that swirling around, here are the guys who actually took the field. You can see the full lineups here. A couple of names to really watch, though. For Tijuana, of course, all eyes were on Joe Corona in his last ever game. And for América, you had that dangerous attack led by Rodrigo Aguirre and the absolutely electric Allan Saint-Maximin. The stage was perfectly set. And then, the whistle blew. And what happened next? It wasn't one of those cautious, slow openings where teams just feel each other out. No way. This was an immediate, flat-out sprint. It was end-to-end action, with both teams just trading blows from the very first minute. Let's just run through the timeline of this craziness. At 9 minutes, América's Saint-Maximin is this close to breaking through. Then, just 2 minutes later, Tijuana fires right back. Mora unleashes what they called a fogonazo, a rocket of a shot, that gets bravely blocked. Then, at 15 minutes, it's América's turn again. Aguirre finds space, makes a great move, but pulls the shot wide. And then at 20 minutes, a super dangerous cross comes in from Tijuana, but there's nobody there to finish it. It was just non-stop, back and forth action. That moment with Mora, that absolute cannon of a shot at the 11th minute, it was so close, so dangerous, that the commentary just screamed, "Se salva América! América is saved!" You could literally hear the mix of panic and pure relief in that call. That's how close Tijuana came to grabbing an early lead. And then, just a few minutes later, you have the complete opposite feeling. That huge chance for Rodrigo Aguirre, oh man, it was met with just pure frustration. The call was Aguirre la deja escapar. Basically, Aguirre lets it get away. He did everything right. He made a great move in the box, created the space, and then just couldn't hit the target. What a massive, massive opportunity missed. So after that complete whirlwind of an opening, things finally took a breath. Both teams had thrown absolute haymakers at each other. Both defenses had bent, but neither of them broke. And somehow, the score was still tied. What you're left with is this incredibly tense deadlock. Yeah, the scoreboard said 0-0, but believe me, it felt nothing like a 0-0 game. This was a stalemate that came from just frantic attacks and incredible last-ditch defending. Both teams proved, without a doubt, that they could create a chance out of nowhere. And all of this leaves us with the big question, right? After an opening 20 minutes that honestly felt like the final 20 minutes, you have to wonder, which side had the edge? Which team looked more likely to finally break through and turn one of those near misses into an actual goal? It was anyone's guess what was going to happen next.